With the 2026 Stadium Series game coming up very, very soon, I thought it'd be a wonderful time to talk about my top 5 favorite Stadium Series jerseys. Now, I feel like the Stadium Series has kind of gotten a bad rep because I think a lot of people kind of blame it for the reason why outdoor games in the NHL don't feel as special as they once did. Obviously, the NHL wanted to capitalize with the popularity of the Winter Classic and bringing hockey to its roots and having outdoor games while also trying to push the future of the game itself. And from a jersey standpoint, the Stadium Series jerseys have always been a little more bolder than what we traditionally see with the Winter Classic and Heritage Classic, where all of those jerseys are throwback style jerseys, while the Stadium Series is again all about pushing the future forward. So with that, we get a lot of crazy designs, some of which that I am straight up just not a fan of, but there has also been some very, very good jerseys. Starting off with the honorable mention, where I have the 2022 Tampa Bay Lightning Stadium Series jersey. Now, at the time when this came out, I was not a big fan of this jersey at all. But the more I saw it, and the more I saw it on the ice during the game, and I think they wore it a handful of times after the Stadium Series game itself, the jersey started to grow on me. I'm not a super big fan of the bolts going down the front of the jersey. I think that could have been tweaked a little bit. I do like the big lightning bolt coming up from the front of the jersey. Now, my one gripe and why this isn't higher on this list for me is the fact that the bolt doesn't go all the way around to the back. If you take a look at the back of the jersey, it kind of just looks a little bit empty. So, had that bolt design gone all the way around to the back, I think this jersey could have been a little bit higher and possibly have cracked the top 5 on my list. Now, I do understand that if that bolt logo was to go all the way around to the back, it might have interfered with the numbers a little bit. And speaking of the numbers, I think they actually look really, really good here too. Matching the bolts that goes down the front of the jersey, I think was a brilliant idea. I think it looks very, very nice. Again, I did just kind of want to see that bolt go all the way around the back because again, it just makes the back of the jersey feel really, really empty and almost kind of look incomplete in a way. Now, officially getting into my top 5. And at number 5, we have the 2025 Stadium Series jersey from the Columbus Blue Jackets. And this is another one. When it first came out, I wasn't super crazy about it. But as time went on and the more I started to see it, the more I started to like it. Now, hands held high, this one is on this list largely because it has a very, very special meaning for me because I was able to attend that Stadium Series game at Ohio Stadium. And as a little kid who grew up in the state of Ohio, wanting to see hockey be just as big as any other sport in this state could be, seeing Ohio Stadium packed for a hockey game was a very, very awesome moment for me personally. So that has a lot to do with this jersey. And I talked about not being super crazy about it when it first came out. Seeing it in person, they looked really, really nice. Now, the one thing that I do like about this jersey is it's not so bold and in your face like some of the other jerseys that we have seen from the Stadium Series. The design is a little more tame, and I think it just really fit the environment and fit the jersey matchup against the Red Wings. I love that the captain's letters were outlined with the state of Ohio. I loved the shoulder patch. I liked the logo on the front. Now, my one big issue with this jersey and why I feel like it's not higher on this list is the red stripe that's almost around the cuff of the sleeve doesn't match with the silver stripe that's higher up on the sleeve. I think if that red stripe was up near the silver stripe, I think it would have looked a little bit better. And I feel like it would have fit a little bit more with the bottom of the jersey around the waist, where again, that red stripe is almost right up against the silver one. So that's my only real takeaway and my only real knock on this jersey. Outside of that, again, I love this jersey. I loved seeing it in person. I thought it looked fantastic in person as well. Number 4, I have the 2016 Stadium Series jersey from the Colorado Avalanche. Now, the last video that I did on this channel talked about my favorite jerseys from 2016, and this jersey was not mentioned in it. And looking back at that video, it really should have been because this is one of my favorite Colorado jerseys of all time. I love how just clean this jersey feels. It doesn't try to do too much. It's fairly on the simple side. Again, this was still when the Stadium Series was still kind of a newer concept. So we really hadn't got into the crazy jerseys that we did eventually get. I love how balanced the jersey is. I love the logo being what it is, kind of what we see with their alternate jersey that they used back then and they use now, except without the mountain range, and it's just the Colorado C logo that they have used before and they continue to use to this day. Another little subtle detail about this jersey is the 5280 that's on the collar of the jersey, which stands for the amount of feet in a mile. Obviously, Denver, Colorado, Mile High City, ties everything together. I think that was a super subtle but really, really nice touch. So this jersey, super clean, love the logos, love the colors, everything about it, wouldn't change a thing about it. Up next, I have the 2023 Stadium Series jersey from the Carolina Hurricanes. The Carolina Hurricanes have used 3 black jerseys in their history, and this is by far my favorite one. I love that logo on the front, the blacked out version of that logo on the front of that jersey. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I love how much the red, that deep, menacing looking red, just stands out so much. I like the subtle charcoal gray color that they also use on there. I just talked about how this was my favorite black Hurricanes jersey of all time. This is my favorite Canes jersey, period. Because with a team name like the Hurricanes, it's supposed to be menacing, and this jersey just screams the word menacing to me. And not to mention, it did kind of pave the way for the Hurricanes' current away jersey. And with the way Carolina likes to change up their jerseys seemingly on an every year basis by this point, who's to say that we won't see this jersey return full time to match the away jersey? Again, as someone who loves this jersey, I'd be all on board for that. Number 2, I have the 2024 Stadium Series jersey from the New York Rangers. Now, for whatever reason, this jersey is one of my favorite Rangers jerseys of all time. Again, it's nothing bold, nothing out of left field like we have seen with some jerseys. I love the striping on the sleeves of the jersey, and they took the iconic striping from the Rangers away jersey, which is one of my favorite away jerseys in the NHL, and they just made them massive. I absolutely loved it. I'm not super crazy about the NYR going down the front, but I am okay with it. Good enough to have it number 2 on this list. And talking about the sleeves and how they kind of made the regular stripes just a lot more massive, it's kind of similar to what they did with their Winter Classic jersey from 2026, where you still have the iconic striping, but it's a lot more bigger. It's a lot more bolder. You have the Rangers' iconic numbers on the back and the sleeves. I thought those looked absolutely fantastic, especially with the colors swapped. Usually they're blue outlined in red. Here they're red outlined in the blue. So this jersey, again, is legitimately one of my favorite Rangers jerseys of all time. I can't really explain to you why I like it so much. I just do. I love the stripes. I love the colors. I love everything about this jersey. It's bold, but still kind of held together with that original 6 feel. And that takes us to number 1, where I have the 2016 Stadium Series jersey from the Minnesota Wild. Now, if you did watch my previous video talking about my favorite jerseys from 2016, you will know that this one also got voted number 1. I absolutely think this jersey is gorgeous. I love everything about it. Because it doesn't look like it should be in a Stadium Series jersey. It looks like it should be part of a Winter Classic or something like that. Especially with the beige off-white color that they use, all the colors just work so well together. The striping is nothing crazy, the shoulders are nothing crazy, the logo isn't even any different. And that is perfectly okay with me. I talked about it in the last video when I was talking about this jersey. Minnesota does such a good job at feeling like a team that has been around since the original 6 era, and I love that it's just kind of a perfect blend between old school and new school. The perfect old school of the Minnesota Wild normal traditional look mixed in with the bold letters, the gigantic letters on the sleeves that makes it feel like that Stadium Series jersey. So the Minnesota Wild getting a lot of love on this channel as of late, getting ranked number 1 in both of my 2 previous videos. So this is where I want to hear from you guys. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite Stadium Series jerseys are of all time. And also let me know what you think about the Stadium Series game itself. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know why you do or you don't. So as always, leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments, and while you're down there, swing by the description and click the Linktree link. That is the only link in the description for a reason, and that is because it will take you to all of the other social media platforms for this channel. Currently, right now, we are only on Instagram and X, but I am starting to work on getting a TikTok page up and running as well. Over on Instagram, you can expect clips from these videos, as well as just my quick thoughts on jerseys that get revealed and stuff like that. The same can be said over on X, where I'm just going to be giving my quick thoughts and leaving the more in-depth talk for these videos on here to YouTube. So with all that said and finally done, that is going to do it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Both are free, both really help out the channel a lot. And of course, if you have made it to this point of the video, I want to say thank you very, very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch these videos here, because it genuinely means the world to me. And as always, stay tuned for more Jersey content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.